Hey guys, what is going on? This is Jake Kent here, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the examples that you can find of actual, drugs that work inside of hair loss. These are going to be examples of people that have taken things like Finasteride, Rogaine, and had spectacular results. A lot of times on this channel, we just talk about hair systems, or we talk about a little bit about the breaking research, but I just wanted to show you that there are other options out there, and they do work. This right here is not a partial YouTube channel. We talk about hair systems because I have one, and it's pretty niche and kind of scandalous thing, but drugs do work. All right, so check this out, right? So this guy was taking Dutasteride, RU58841, minoxidil, microneedling, Nizoral, T-gel, which I actually haven't heard of this, and fixing his vitamin D levels. So he did this for 25 months. So this is a little over 2 years. And if we take a look right here, we can see, the drastic change inside of his hair right here. Number one, we see so much density coming back to the front of his scalp, and even we see some of his temple region coming back, having more hair being restored in this region. So that is just really incredible to see. Definitely inspiring, and people do get these results, not all the time, but these are the ones that I found online. All right, this transformation is actually from 2 years ago. This guy said that he basically just did Finasteride, and he took it for 4.5 months, and this was his transformation. I mean, look at this. Like, he went from being incredibly far in his hair loss journey to recovering so much hair that this is just a wild transformation. It's pretty incredible to watch when people have these success stories, especially when they don't have any side effects, because this guy went from like a Norwood 5 to a Norwood 1 or something like that. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's just insane that some people get an incredible result from these drugs, and sometimes other people don't. Just the way it is, and it can be unfortunate, but congrats to this guy for 4.5 months. The guy's barely along his journey of this. All right, this next one right here, this guy right here is on Finasteride for 4 months and minoxidil for 3 months. So this is where he started out, and if we look at this, we can see right here in his crown has a ton of hair loss, but also up here up front. Up here doesn't look bad, but when we see the very front of this image, we see that he definitely has some diffuse hair thinning. Now, look at that transformation. Look how incredible this was for him. I mean, first, his crown is incredible, but like the big difference to me is like looking at his temple region, or excuse me, not his temple region, but his hairline right here. It's really wild to see, and we also see some recovery in his hairline. So we have this gentle M pattern forming, and we get some restoration right here. We see this part right here filling out a little bit more. So once again, this is incredible. This guy is on minoxidil and Finasteride for 4 months, minoxidil for 3 months. All right, this next one is a really cool one. This guy has good amount of hair. It looks like we haven't seen his crown, but his front hairline right here is definitely receding. He's actually kind of got some interesting patterning, like this right here is kind of not even. It looks like is getting the M shape, but it's more severe over here. But watch this, right? So over 4 months it goes from this, looks like he cut his hair, but we see little baby hairs growing in right there, more little baby hairs growing in. Even look at that freaking restoration. Look at the difference that was made over here on the right side of his scalp. I guess the left side of his scalp, if it's his. But that's just an incredible recovery. This guy right here was on minoxidil, Finasteride, Nizoral, and derma rolling as well. So let's check out this guy right here. This guy right here, 25 years old on 0.5 milligrams of Fin and daily. So that's, I think, about like half the recommended dose, which you'll find in a lot of forums. People talk about taking less finasteride than what's recommended and being okay. Taking minoxidil foam once a day in the evening and keto shampoo twice a week. Before picture was 2019, I didn't have an implanted documented progress, but he went from extensive progression of his hair loss in his temporal regions right here to, I mean, it being fully back. Like, this is just stinking incredible. I love watching when people make these recoveries. It makes me super jealous. Here's another one right here with just like really great results. We see this kind of was like the dude like 2 or 3 pictures ago where he lost it unevenly, but he definitely lost it over here by the temple. This guy right here, 6 months on Dutasteride and microneedling. So that's not Finasteride, but I did want to show that example. I mean, complete restoration, like back to Norwood 0. Like, dude doesn't have any hair loss whatsoever and just incredibly thick. It's just incredible to watch. And here's the last one that I found I want to show to you guys. This was about a year apart, it looks like, from basically April of 2018 to June of 2019. So this guy's on Finasteride and minoxidil, it looks like, with occasional Nizoral 1 to 4 times a month. And we can see up here that significant hair loss was happening. We had hairline regression and also just some overall thinness and wispy. Like, this is actually kind of how like my hair looks like when I grow it out. Definitely thin, and then like the hairline is pretty far back. And this is after complete restoration of his hairline. Goes back to having all his hair. Just incredible to watch, like super cool to see. So I wanted to do this video because you know, I think it's important to show all aspects of hair loss and the things that people do that do work for them, from drugs to transplants to hair systems to the actual like keratin fibers and stuff like that. There's a million ways to skin the cat, and you know, there's different solutions for every single different type of person. So I think it's fair to show that these results can be had, and they're not just by a single person. There's a lot of stuff out there where people are getting really good results, and you know, it might work for you. It's something, I don't think it hurts to try. If you're not getting side effects, if it's not affecting you, give it a go, see what happens. Anyways guys, thanks for watching the video. We'll catch you soon. Take care.